Hey, welcome everyone. I'm Nate and I invite you to explore life with me tonight. Joining me tonight is my lovely lady Amanda, who is also lighting my face right now because it's really dark. But anyway, this is my first video for the channel, so allow me to explain what the channel's about. So all my life, I have just sat back and kind of not really pursued all of my hobbies, my passions, and my interests. And I've kind of just been complacent. And honestly, the reason for that initially was because I was always very cheap. I didn't want to spend money. And then I became deathly ill, so I was too sick to do anything even if I wasn't so cheap. And now I'm too poor. So this channel, the goal is to sort of give me an excuse, give me a reason to get out and explore and do the things I've always wanted to do, but I never did because video games were easier, they were cheaper, more convenient, and more lazy enabling, I guess I should say. And so this channel is going to give me an excuse to get out and do that stuff, pursue my passions and hobbies, and hopefully eventually through monetizing the channel I'll be able to afford cooler and better and crazier explorations and hobbies and everything. So yes, that's the channel. Please join me tonight. This video is going to be pursuing what we started doing about out of breath. We started about a year and a half ago. We moved to this new area and we started doing what's called rockhounding. So ever since I was a kid, I have been fascinated in gems and crystals and yeah, that's pretty much it. Gemstones and crystals. But more recently, I got what they call the rock bug in the community, which is where you gain a love for rocks, not just, very like precious crystals and gemstones and stuff, but rocks like just, semi-precious kind of sort of stuff, like not your everyday like gray or sandstone rock, but just stuff like jasper, chalcedony. So tonight we're heading out to this lot here. We have rock hounded it once before, but this really angry guy came out and he pulled up in his sports car and he came up to us all like really aggressive and really rude and arrogant off the bat, and he said, "What are you doing on my property?" And he told us like, "Get off my property and empty, like drop the rock in your hand and empty your pockets too." And so we left and came to find out that the lot actually belongs to BLM. It's public land. So it is actually fully legal to rock hound it and be on it, so on and so forth. Oh man, I gotta exercise more. Poor Amanda's over there struggling, walking backwards. We don't have any lighting rigs or anything, so she's just wearing a headband lighting me tonight. But yeah, hopefully that guy doesn't show up and it'll be all Gucci. So yeah, anyway, let's get started. I've got my little action camera, which I am hoping it gives decent quality. It's my first time using it tonight, and we'll see what we can find. Also, there is an amazing network of thunder cells around us, or whatever you call it, big storm cells, and there's just lightning everywhere. It's like Fantasia out here from Never Ending Story. So I'm definitely going to get some good footage of some lightning going on, and also hopefully some good rocks. So please join me and I hope you enjoy. All right, here we are at the lot. I'm pretty excited. I've been wanting to rock hound this lot ever since, but we thought it was a guy's property. And turns out, like I said earlier, it's not. It's BLM land. Let's see if we can find some goodies out here. On the first trip through, we were finding quite a bit of good stuff. Lots of nice red jasper and some chalcedony. Hopefully we'll find some good stuff again. Granted, it is a very small lot. It's probably, I think it's like 1.25 acres or something. So not the biggest, but it seems to be mostly undisturbed, at least on half of it. So we will find out if there's anything good here. And also, I'm a big reptile fan. Just a fan of wildlife and nature in general, so if we can find any wildlife, that would be a bonus. That's interesting. I still don't know what this stuff is, but it's maybe flint. It's like a sort of normal exterior, if it'll focus. Normal exterior, and then inside is shiny and smooth. So I'm thinking maybe flint, but honestly, I'm no expert in minerals or rocks or anything. I just like them. Oh, hey, I have a buddy that says these beetles are called death feigning beetles. They, I think they definitely are some kind of like odor releasing beetle because they stick their butt in the air anytime they detect a threat. Wait, is he carrying a rock? What is he carrying? Check that out. I've never seen one of these beetles actually carrying something. What is he doing? That is so cool. Sorry if you guys don't like bugs. I don't mind them too much. That is so weird. I wonder what, it might be food. I don't know. All right, Mandy, what'd you find? Looks like, I don't know, just some, I guess, concretion of iron type, I don't know, ironstone maybe? Iron concretion. He's just carrying that thing around. I don't even know what it is, like a seed or something. That is so cool though. All right, so no good rocks yet, but the night is still young. Hey, what is this? Oh, that's like a partial, they call these mochi marbles. Come on, focus, focus. Yeah, mochi marbles I think are like concreted sandstone that has been filled with iron, yeah, pretty much iron. It's like, yeah, iron concretion in sandstone. But this one's kind of flat, not very good, so I'm just gonna drop it. We have more of that really dark, actually this might be jasper here. Not really sure, but it has more of that really waxy looking coating on it. But I think I might keep that. Probably cut it open. Now this looks like nougat, if you ask me. Probably some type of chalcedony. Oh, Amanda found some red jasper with a yellow skin. There's quite a bit of that out here in our area, actually. But I already have quite a bit of it. It is hard to say no to red jasper, though. Amanda's finding all the good stuff tonight. This is a nice dark red jasper chip, but it's just a chip. Kind of hard to make anything out of a small chip like that, really. That is a dark, dark red. So jasper is a cryptocrystalline quartz. It's a type of chalcedony. Other than that, I don't really know too much about it. Cryptocrystalline means there's no real visible crystal structure, at least not at the naked eye level. And so jasper actually, it forms a very nice polish because it really lacks that sort of graininess that you'll find in like sandstone or really any crystalline rock. So yeah, that's a good example of jasper. All right, what is this? Oh, this stuff I did find in this lot before. I have no idea what it actually is, but it's semi-translucent, or I guess it would be translucent, semi-transparent. And it's got a brownish hue to it. I don't know, it could be flint. I really don't know what flint looks like in person. I haven't confirmed any yet. It's, I don't know, some form of chalcedony, I think. But it looks like you can actually nap this material into like an arrowhead if it was big enough. But pretty cool, definitely keeping that one. Yoink. Wow, that's a pretty nice piece of jasper, dark red. Very small though, but there is just a hotbed of little jasper chunks here. Tons of just tiny jasper pebbles. Jasper is all this, man, something's in my throat. All these like little red and yellowish, shiny-ish rocks you see in here. There's one right, oh, there's a couple. See, that's jasper, that's jasper. And jasper is, again, it's not precious material, but I would call it semi-precious because you can, people often do actually turn it into jewelry or they just tumble it because it looks really nice when it takes a polish. Oh, wow. This lot, I don't know what it is about this lot, but a lot of the rocks in it are coated with this weird, like, sheen, this weird, like, just reflective sort of coating. I don't know what that is, but that is a nice chunk of red jasper she just found. Definitely keeping that one. And then there's like, oh, hey, check it out. I just found a fossil. Looks like a shell fossil, actually. Little striations in there, little lines. And it's on a piece of what I would assume is like, I don't know if it's pronounced chert or chert, but it's C-H-E-R-T. I should probably look that up. Making videos on rocks, I don't even know how to pronounce them. Yeah, I might keep that one though. Little fossil, pretty cool. So another really cool thing about jasper is these multicolored ones. You've got red in the center, and then yellow on the outside. And it's just really cool. That color zoning is awesome. I might actually keep that and polish that up. Make a nice little piece. Oh, what is that you just found? Oh, dark red. Okay. Not bad. I just don't know what this coating is on all these rocks in this lot. But there's a ton of jasper right here. Ooh. She just found a chunk of, looks like dark chalcedony. I would call it agate, but people say that it's only agate if it has banding in it. So this is, I don't know, some type of chalcedony. Ooh, this looks like it could be a nice piece of what I would consider agate, but I guess just chalcedony. So it's kind of got a brownish color tone to it, and then the white cap. I really like that white cap on it. I don't know why. It's so cool. This would go probably really well in a tumbler. It would come out looking really good. Just found this shiny black rock. I have seen this stuff before. It's very fractured though. There's tons of fracture lines running through it. Kind of hard to see on video. But yeah, you can kind of see it there. Very fractured. I don't typically keep these pieces. I have no idea what it is though. If you are a geologist, please let me know what this stuff is. Amanda's over here finding all the good stuff. She just found this really creamy, translucent jasper. That's a nice piece right there. Really creamy, high quality. Oops, dropped it. And then, man, there's so much stuff in this lot. This is, what even is this? It's more of that like flint type stuff, where it's just really smooth and a kind of glassy texture, and like brownish tan. It's interesting. Ooh, look what you missed. Oh, it's so small. But that's pretty nice. It's like salmon colored jasper. Yeah, it might be nice in a tumbler if it doesn't break. And then you have this piece. More jasper material, type material. Don't know if that would polish up, I mean like if it would cut anything nice, but it might. Oh wow. Dang, you love those red jaspers, huh?
Oh yes.
She loves red jaspers, folks. Ooh, that is a nice piece. This one's more translucent. I think people typically call this kind of stuff like jaspagate because it's kind of a little bit see-through. So it's kind of like halfway between jasper and agate. This color, you don't see it that bright red out here too often where we live. That's really nice. It's like a really like blood orange is what it is. Almost like if it were more clear, it would be considered carnelian. I'm keeping that even though it's tiny. Some sort of yellow-brown jasper. I might keep that. It's got decent color. She's finding all the red jaspers out there tonight. Sheesh. I probably wouldn't keep this one though. This one's pretty grainy. You can see that, you know, it's pretty grainy, not very high quality. The higher quality ones they have the more smooth and glassy-like appearance. Glass-like. She said, look what you passed over. What did I pass over? Oh, what do we have here? It's a big one. Chalcedony or, yeah. It's like a big old chunk of dark and white chalcedony. That could possibly cut some nice slabs or cabochons. Not too sure, but it is going in the backpack. Ooh. Some really yellowish, more of that jaspagate type stuff. By the way, I just realized I was recording in the wrong orientation, so sorry about that. And we fixed from here on. Oh wow. What do we have here? That's pretty nice. Mostly just got that shiny coating on it, I think. But yeah, it's like a mixture of orange and red jasper. Pretty nice. This might be kind of nice. Oh, my favorite in this area. I call this jasper conglomerate. People I know call it like pudding stone, but I don't really agree that it's pudding stone, because pudding stone, typically you have a high concentration, like a high percentage of host material and a small percentage of whatever is making up that pudding stone, like jasper or whatever else is, you know, turning it into pudding stone. This is like 95+% jasper, and it's all concreted together by some mineral. I'm really not sure which, but this cuts amazing stuff. I'll have to show you guys in a future video the slabs I've cut and the one cabochon I've made, but I love this stuff. It's really awesome. Wow, that is really cool. Amanda just picked this up. I have no idea what this is. It's creamy. Man, it is so hard to film and look at it at the same time. It's creamy. It's got freaking lines like crazy. They're even like rough. Huh. That is really cool. You said you don't think it's anything, but it's cool looking. That is definitely something. I don't know what that would be called. Some kind of, I don't know. It's not really an agate. It's like a banded shirt or something. That is really neat though. Good find. Alright, I just found a tiny mochi marble. Oh, got a little thorn in my finger. I'll take that out in a sec. So yeah, again, mochi marbles are sandstone that are sort of concreted by iron. And you can kind of see the dark iron on the surface. I'll probably keep that. They're pretty cool little things. They're always round for the most part. Used to find them, and I never knew what they were. But now I do, and now you do too. What is this? This looks like a big jasper rock. I might actually keep that because it could... Yeah, see how it gets lighter color right there? It could cut really nice inside. So I'm actually going to keep that. That is a full intact jasper rock. You don't find those too often. It's actually a nice find. That's actually, no, that is pretty high quality. You can tell by the little chip there. If I can get that in focus, there's a little tiny chip right above my thumbnail, which shows conchoidal fracturing, essentially. Not super perfect conchoidal fracturing, but yeah, basically that's how glass fractures. So if you see something that chips off like that in a round pattern, you know it's pretty high quality. It's not grainy at all. And it can take a really good polish. Got some really nice color in there. Definitely keeping that. That'll cut something pretty well, I think. Pretty nice. That is almost carnelian. It's not quite clear enough. But nonetheless, it's got some nice color to it. Some orange jasper agate type stuff. Sweet. Oh, a little camel spider. And a silverfish right there. I wonder if the camel spider is going to eat that silverfish. Oh, he's hiding. So that is a baby camel spider. I can zoom in right there. Yep, there we go. Those guys are really cool. They're not actually technically spiders, apparently. They're not arachnids, but they are pretty wicked. They've got 4 really sharp mandibles that they actually use to tear into their prey. So they don't have venom, they just bite really hard with really sharp mandibles. Oh, now this is pretty freaking cool. That is neat. I guess it's like black jasper with yellow in it as well. That is really neat. I like that a lot. Okay, that's really freaking cool. It's even got like little lines in there. Wow, I like that one. That's probably my favorite find of the night. Really. I just heard a rooster. Somebody's got a freaking rooster. Oh, this is nice, Amanda. This is, I think, white. Hope you guys can hear that. There's a actually stereotypical rooster sound from this house over here at the edge of the lot. Anyway, gotta love not being in an HOA, huh? This is either white jasper or I don't know where it becomes marble, but that's pretty nice. I found a couple rocks. Shut up! Found a couple rocks just like this out here. Very nice stuff. This is, check that out. I found a couple pieces like this before, but it's quite rare. So this is obviously jasper, but through it you have perfectly straight lines. Just running straight through. I don't know what causes it, but it's pretty cool. Ooh, that's a big mochi marble. Sheesh. So this, I feel like, I don't know. I'm really, again, I'm not an expert on this stuff, but I think this may be onyx. Very dark, black basically. Shiny, glassy texture. It's not obsidian. We don't have obsidian out here where we live. Is that a conglomerate? Yep. That's a nicer conglomerate than earlier, I think. Very small. It's just comprised of a bunch of different size and shape and color, little tiny pebbles of jasper. Again, that is my favorite material out here. It is quite rare though. I mean, as you can see, we found like probably 20, 30 different normal jaspers and 2 conglomerate rocks. I may have found another conglomerate. Yes, I did. All right, that's number 3 for tonight. Oh, she just found a very nice, seemingly very high quality and large jasper conglomerate. But to me, that looks like petrified wood. Or pet wood, as a lot of people call it. It's like jasperized pet wood, but I don't know. I could be totally wrong. Nice. Okay, that's actually pretty cool material. It's like, I want to say it's like black jasper mixed with different colored jasper. That's really cool. Almost looks like an old arrowhead, to be honest. Like the tip of it. It could be, honestly, but I don't know. I kind of doubt it. It's not typically the material that Native Americans would nap, I don't think. But that is quite interesting. What do you guys think? Is that an arrowhead? If it is, the edges have all been weathered away. It's not super glassy material, so it'd be really hard to nap. I don't know, what do you guys think? Regardless, that's a cool piece, I'll keep that. There we go. That is... I honestly don't know what that is. It looks like it could be a conglomerate, but maybe not. But I definitely think that would be really interesting to cut open on a big, like, geode saw. Amanda said she found a mother lode. She just gave me this conglomerate. Yep, that looks pretty nice. Oh, the other side looks even better. Heck yeah. And what else you have? Another conglomerate. This one looks more earthy, less colorful, but I'll take it. Nice, nice. My pockets are getting full. Oh, geez. This is a problem I routinely encounter. Nice dark red. Ooh, some orange in there too. Very nice. And then... nice. Yellow. I don't know. It's more of that jaspigate type stuff. Pretty nice. That looks like petrified wood to me, but again, I am horrible at recognizing it. I don't know. Is that petrified wood? I don't see the cells, but I don't know. I'm keeping that because it might be. Oh. The heck? There's like green algae or something on the other side, but this, that is borderline freaking carnelian. It's just not quite clear enough. It's more jasper type, but look how glassy that is. Look, see that fracture point there? That is extremely smooth material. That is nice. What an odd rock. You see these quartz veins in rocks occasionally, but very rarely do you ever see them at a right angle. That is wild. Well, folks, I think we are about to wrap it up. We're almost at the edge of the lot here, and our knees are getting weak, palms are sweaty, and if I keep doing any more squats, ooh, is that a conglomerate? Oh, there's another squat. It is. Yoink. Anyway, we are gonna head back home and have to clean these rocks up, show you guys what they look like, and yeah, and then the next video, I'll probably head down to my local Gem and Mineral Society, which I did finally get a membership for and finally started going, and we'll cut them up. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining me. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. I always love rock hounding. And yeah, I'll see you when the rocks are clean. It's a potato. Alright guys, here are the cleaned rocks. Quite a few of them. We got a pretty good haul. These over here they're just like assorted chalcedony. We've got like white, gray. I believe this is chert. That is a proper way to pronounce it, by the way. I did look it up finally. And then this one's like really shiny, really glassy. Over here we have all of the jaspers, mostly red jaspers. I call this like the potato rock. It looks like a potato to me. I'd imagine inside here is some really smooth, probably dark red jasper, so that will be pretty nice to cut open. And then we've got a little bit of like multicolored jasper here, red and yellow, pretty cool stuff. So yeah, that's all the jaspers. And over here we have fossils and or potential petrified wood. Granted, again, I'm pretty horrible at identifying petrified wood. But the outside of this, to me, looks like bark. The inside doesn't really resemble the typical like cell pattern of petrified wood, but I don't know. It could be pet wood, I'm not too sure. Here's another piece of possible petrified wood. The insides of these are pretty much jasper or some other type of chalcedony. And here you've got a fossil imprint, probably from a shell, on what looks to be chert as well. Over here we have these are kind of colloquially called jaspagate. So it's like translucent jasper, so kind of like a mixture or a hybrid between jasper and agate. And they tend to be more vibrant in color than the jaspers, at least in my area. We've got some like red and white, red and yellow, like salmon colored stuff. I like this material, but it does tend to be kind of brittle. There's usually a lot of fractures in it. This one's pretty cool. It's like red or orangish and white, and got some like, I don't know if those are inclusions or just kind of like surface dirt, or more likely some other type of mineral. And over here we have my favorite category, which are the jasper conglomerates. Some people call these pudding stones. I kind of disagree with that, because pudding stone tends to be about anywhere from like 50 to 80% matrix, which is the host material that the other like minerals are in. Whereas these are upwards of 95% jasper. So I refer to them as jasper conglomerates. We've got just it's a mixture of, you know, reds and yellows mostly. I found actually quite a few of them this trip. They do tend to be more rare than, I mean, they still are more rare than the jasper, as you can see. There's like half as much conglomerate. But we've got some pretty nice pieces here. And these things will look really nice when I cut them. Here's a large chunk that's kind of strange. The dark stuff, I believe, is like a black jasper sort of material that filled and concreted together all of these individual jasper rocks. On the other side, it's not quite as high quality. It has a crack running through it, so we'll probably have to cut that up. And then over here, we've got the agates, or mostly, you know, people can be kind of sticklers about whether it's agate or not. You know, if there's no banding, it's technically not agate. So it's clear or translucent chalcedony, essentially. All of these rocks over here. We've got, this one is almost carnelian, I think. It's just not quite clear enough to be carnelian. And here's a really dark one. Brown to black, translucent chalcedony. Got like a gray piece here, quite glassy. Large chunk here, more dark chalcedony. And yeah, some color in there. Another orangish one. And over here we have the mochi marbles. I forgot the story behind these, but they're called mochi marbles, and they're pretty rare seeming, in my area at least. They are, I think I mentioned earlier in the video, they are just iron concreted sandstone, or iron filled sandstone. And then we have a group of, I'm not really sure what this material is. It's jet black. I'm leaning toward chert or onyx. I really don't know. But it's very smooth. It's not obsidian, that's for sure. Very smooth, and this one has a white band running through it. And it often, but not always, has like a shell on the outside, which may preclude it from being onyx. Maybe it's just chert or something. So we've got 3 pieces of that. This one's a little bit different, but I think the same material. Pretty interesting though, and also quite rare. And then, oh yeah, I should show you guys this. This is a nice little, very creamy jaspigate type material. Creamy color with some red in there. And then over here we have the very interesting rocks, the really noteworthy ones. This almost looks like the shape of an old arrowhead, but I don't think it was. But the colors are really cool, the pattern's really cool. I just wish that there wasn't this hole in the back. It's pretty deep, and so that'll kind of make it either not cut well at all, or I'd have to chop it up, and that would kind of ruin the shape and everything, and the pattern probably. And then here we have a jasper that is striated all the way through. And I don't know what causes that. It's also kind of got some yellow patches in there, but there's striations going through the entire thing. And this is, I think, yeah, so this has really vivid patching, like color variation in there, so that's pretty nice jasper. This, I have no idea. I mean, it's obviously some type of chalcedony, but the stripes in there are unlike any rock I've found nearby. And on this side, they're actually ribbed. It's actually like 3D. So very interesting. I don't know if it's some sort of fossil material or what, but it looks to be in chert. I'd assume that's what that is. And then, yeah, last but not least, actually this may be my favorite. It's a black jasper, I believe, with yellow patches in there, and it just reminds me of like a bumblebee or something. And it also has the stripes going through it, which is interesting. But yeah, this one has got to be one of my favorites. That should cut something really nice, I think. But anyway, that's about it. Another thing I wanted to mention, I forgot to list another reason for this channel, and that is I want to, now that I have my health mostly back and I can go out and I can explore and everything, I want to be able to bring along people that may be, you know, deathly ill like I was, or otherwise incapacitated, and I want to bring you guys along with me so that you can hopefully experience, you know, sort of through, you know, the lens of my camera, experience life that otherwise you wouldn't be able to. So anyway, guys, that's it for my first video on the channel. Thank you so much for joining me and watching, and I hope to see you next time.